let's go ahead and get back into the ban options. There's so many different options they can have. Xennial is active for North America.
That's a game changer.
That is a game changer indeed. And seeing the versatility that Allegiance has had, do you predict a Xennial being on the ban list, or do you feel like this is something that Allegiance wants to try to see if they can pick up?
Yeah, he's probably going to show up on the ban list. If he's not banned, he'll probably be picked. He's just too strong. In EU, he has a 100% pick and ban percentage, and there's a good reason why. He's so flexible and strong in the side lane. He has a global ultimate. He has an AoE stun, and he does percentage of his maximum health damage in 2 abilities, his passive and his first ability, which is huge. And he's just a normal tank. He's a warrior tank that can do a ton of damage. And that's like a mobile tank assassin kind of build that he can do. So Xennial is going to probably be banned, especially on the B side. The second side, Suran needs to be banned, of course. Liliana and probably Xennial will probably be the bans coming up from Non-Toxic.
Well, Non-Toxic has already earned themselves a check mark in the win column in my book. Why? Because they understand the concept of banning Superman. So congratulations, Non-Toxic. You definitely have a win in my book, regardless of result of Game 1. Congratulations. However, Xennial, the one we wish to see, the Immaculate himself, is not going to be played. That is going to be banned away by Allegiance, choosing to ban him on blue side, actually.
Yeah, which is interesting because he's a great first pick. So I feel like Teamy may come. Teamy's already banned, so I feel like the next best options is Liliana is such a dominant pick. Violet may also be banned. She's the best ADC. Even with the nerf, she's extremely strong still. Oh, and they're going to actually take away the Tulin. Maybe they're target banning one of the players on Non-Toxic, and they think that he has an amazing Tulin.
We don't see Tulins very often. We've seen Tulin over in Europe be banned away from the likes of individuals like Simjoke, who had a monstrous showing, mind you, earlier today. Liliana being banned away from the mid laner of Allegiance. And so now, with 2 of the powerful mid-mages available, it kind of, drops down the list a little bit for those options. L'Oreal, Preda. We've seen a couple Raz mid laners. We had Ignis earlier. That was an interesting one. And then, of course, one that I know Allegiance is very fond of, and it's going to be that Alice possibility as well.
Yeah, Alice is really... Rest on Alice is just amazing. He lands his Sunshine skill shots, great placement of those ultimates. So I feel like in terms of first pick, Ryoma, it looks good. But actually, they're going to go ahead and take L'Oreal off the map since Liliana, Tulin are taken. L'Oreal is the next best mage, and she's actually really good into tanky compositions like a Wonder Woman. And let's see if they're going to round this out with Ryoma and Wonder Woman. Yes, they got 2 of the strongest side laners potentially here. However, there's still Omen, there's still Lubu, there's still Kilgroth, still a lot of options on the side of Allegiance.
Wonder Woman, a hero that has had an unbelievably high level of presence over in Non-Toxic. And oh, buddy, oh my, you want some aggression, you want some power. Lubu and Omen are going to get locked in for Allegiance, and
Alice is taken here. That's such a smart pick there. After seeing how strong Allegiance has leveraged her, that's a very smart pick. But instead, they're going to go to Lumber. And if they take Lumber, I bet you Allegiance will probably take Alice or even Thane or Mina.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Alice comes out. They obviously have comfort in the Alice pick that they usually have at their disposal, and with someone like a Ryoma as well as the Zill for the side of Non-Toxic, it's an option. Oh, Morin coming out here for the side of Rocker, and Arduin?
Yeah, Arduin is very good, actually. He's super tanky. He has a knock-up ability. He has good gap closures. And this a Grak potentially coming out here as a last pick on the side of Non-Toxic.
I mean,
this is very off-meta, but I like it.
I like the decision to... all right, I can switch to Raz. All right, they trolled us.
Yeah.
They didn't want to have it. The pick potential of Grak in his, his little chain, definitely helps things. But the Raz coming into the mid lane, we've seen Raz pop up from time to time. Is picked less than 20% of the matches in the Valor series. However, if played correctly and has those items, can burst people down pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Raz with Zill, that's a lot of ability power damage there. 2 super bursty heroes. Zill with his ultimate, he has a slow, and Raz with that knockup ability. He can do a lot of punches, and they need to zone down one of the side of Allegiance to win all of these fights. However, they're both very squishy.
They are very squishy indeed. It is something that they're going to have to worry about considering the Omen and the Lubu and just the raw strength that is available for the side of Allegiance. But with that being said, we want to know what you think, Twitch chat. We want to know what you thought. You saw the draft phase. we're gonna have to see what you guys think. So make sure you're posting your stuff into the chat. Make sure you're letting us know what you're thinking very soon. And how confident are you in this Allegiance draft? Considering, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confident with Rocker and Morin.
Agreed. I think that's it is something that
and Sleepy's on L'Oreal.
Something that we like to do for the Valor series. A lot of the times while we're doing our preparation, we have our little caster meetings. We're thinking, okay, what are some interesting concepts to think about? Rocker is one of 3 players in the entirety of the Valor series for both Europe and North America that teams have consistently target banned against him because of his prowess on a specific hero. So something definitely be known, something to be seen. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We are underway. It is our first quarterfinal for the North American Top 8, week number 3. Allegiance versus Non-Toxic. Let's make it happen, Sweej.
Yeah, it's interesting. Look at this rotation from NTG. Super aggressive. They have Ryoma. They have Wonder Woman. They have Lumber. Very strong, aggressive early game invade here. And Allegiance is going to try to trade the top jungle. However, Wonder Woman is there to hold them off, but they're going to collapse on her and potentially maybe get a kill on her here. And they might. And look at that knockoff from Rest. Beautiful knockoff. When Arjun hits his first ability, Rend, once he hits a hero, his second ability can then be proc. He can use it again to then use that similar knockup that a Lumber has. So this is what makes Arjun so good, but you have to land the first ability for that second knock ability to then be able to be proc. So Rest played that so beautifully.
And so we are already starting to see one of the biggest reasons why Allegiance is feared as much as they are here in North America. The early game aggression, the efficiency and the execution that they provide has been unparalleled thus far. Despite getting 2-0'd in week number 1, came back with a vengeance against Immortals in week number 2, securing themselves a very swift victory for them as Sleepy and Rabbit are going to give themselves a little bit of rest. Meanwhile, is going to do for a nice little counter gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, the reason why, see that? He just landed his axe. The first ability ran, he actually swings his, Arden actually swings an axe. He throws it out, sends the axe far, and when it hits the hero, it actually slows their movement speed by 40% for a good solid 2 seconds. And look at KO already dominating Wonder Woman in that lane.
So this is where things get difficult. When you are able to fill an early kill into the hands of an Omen, he's able to get himself that item advantage. Things become very, very scary. Arena of Valor, a game that encourages this level of aggression, and we are seeing just that as Sleepy is able to pick himself up his first kill onto Non-Toxic, and this is already looking like an Allegiance piece of destruction as, again, time and time.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing so well. Omen on the...
You're right there. There you go.
KO on Omen is playing so well.
I know. Allegiance is good, but you know, you need to hold your breath a little bit on that one.
Yeah, but I think I want to talk about Arjun and why he's so good. The Ram actually has a slow and then a knockout ability, and then his Undying Protector ability. His shield actually does AoE damage and also does true damage, allowing his next 3 normal attack. So Arjun actually is a support that does a lot of damage. And here, look at Sleepy go with the L'Oreal ultimate there, being able to dish out a ton of damage, getting the kill onto Ryoma.
Doesn't have any mana left, so he's gonna have to be forced to disengage. Meanwhile, Rocker and all the damage that Morin provides, they're gonna be able to get themselves in another advantageous position. Wonder Woman looking like Blunder Woman as she is 0-3-0 at the 3-minute 30 mark. Allegiance steamrolling again.
Yeah, they got a tower, or almost a tower, half low, but look at the kills. They have 6-1, and they have the Abyssal Dragon. Puts them in a very comfortable lead, and look at the level advantage. It's mostly 5 to 6s versus the side of Non-Toxic Esports at 4 and 5. So they need to basically fight a numbers game and win this by getting an uneven trade.
Rest is doing a really good job at helping out his teammate, like you said.
Shoot. Look at the amount of damage on that shoot. He has 3 normal attacks that do true damage. So Arjun actually, when he turns that shoot on, you're taking damage from that AoE burn, and when he hits you, he does true damage. And look at the ultimate coming out from Death's Embrace there. However, Wonder Woman ulted just in time to absorb all that damage, but it's not going to save her.
Not going to save her indeed. Sleepy being able to pick himself up his 3rd kill of the game. There will be a nice little bit of a rebuttal, but it does not matter. 9-1. The power and the strength of Allegiance is showing through at this current point in time. They secured themselves the fastest win in North American history here for the Valor Series, a sub 6-minute win against Dino Riders last week in the semifinals already got themselves off to a really good start. A 4,000 gold lead at 4.5 minutes in.
Yeah, Allegiance is, again, playing so clean. And the way that you look at Sleepy come in there, gets the damage onto Roma.
Oh, no.
Perfect skill shot landing there from Sleepy.
Rocker comes in to try to get himself a cleanup as well. He's going to pick up the kill onto Ravage. Diplomat is going to be first to walk away. Peace is not in your cards, my friend. As now Cappy's going to find himself in a rough spot as well. MTS is going to hop himself over that wall. They're going to go right back to this bottom side, clear themselves out the wave. They've also secured themselves the Abyssal Dragon. And now it seems what was even at the beginning hasn't been even since the 15-second mark, Sweet J. As early as the members of Allegiance could acquire the kill, they have done just that, and they have not looked back since.
Yeah, they have not looked back since, definitely. And look at MTS going in there with Labu, activating his Conk Arthur, and Rest landing a huge knockoff onto two people. And Locker comes right behind him. They're going to secure this kill, potentially on Diplomat here. And can they do it? No, they escape barely. And look at Rest. He's just landing every single Ren knockup so well here. Beautiful play by Rest and getting so much CC on there. And look at the Sleepy with the L'Oreal aggression, just going in there along with Morin, eliminating the Roma so quickly. And look at Rest, barely the sliver of his health, getting the kill there, and now returning home.
Every move that Allegiance makes, they understand the limitations of their heroes. You can see the mastery of Rocker, you can see the mastery of Sleepy on their respective heroes, and every move, like we said, whether it be the auto attack kiting, whether it be the abilities that they have, Allegiance is rolling. We saw them in the quarterfinals, actually, both their quarterfinal matches in week 1 and week number 2. They were taken to 3 games because they were surprised. They were caught off the mark. Game 1 already here, they are not showing any signs of letting up.
Yeah, wow, look at how they're just catching out the team of non-toxic esports. Taking tower, getting 2 kills. This is going to be a very quick and decisive game. That's going to give them a 10k gold lead, and it's only 6.5 minutes into the game.
6.5 minutes in, 17 kills in their favor. You have 1 death to their name, but I don't think it really matters. They're going to pick up another kill. Oh, yep, just as I said, Sleepy's going to be able to pick that kill onto Diplomat. They're just going to go straight for the core. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Pledge allegiance. Everything is going right for them. Non-toxic might be potentially changing their name because things are not working out in their favor. Playing nice is not going to be in the cards. Allegiance with the victory. The salute comes out because it's Allegiance that walks away with the victory. Every opportunity that they had, a salute goes to you because they were rocking, they were rolling, and that's not just because Rocker was on the team. Every member operated with the utmost level of efficiency. Sub 7.5 minute game for Allegiance.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, the NTG, Non-Toxic Esports, actually invaded early. They got the bomb jungle of Allegiance. However, Wonder Woman gave away first death because of the counter rotation by Allegiance there. That was huge for them. Giving first blood, and an Omen just dominating his lane was able to allow, I mean, honestly, Allegiance to just pressure the entire game and just get all these ganks left and right, and that's what NTG needs to be careful of.
That's the issue that NTG is facing. I don't feel that they had necessarily a weak draft. I think they had a very solid composition. They had the win conditions laid out for them clearly. However, as you can see, it was the execution that found them in a difficult position.
Yeah, look at Rest. MVP, 8 participation. I mean, 8 assists. He played Arjun so well. And now we have to worry about Allegiance being able to play Arjun. Not only Alice, but you have to worry about Rest on Allegiance, Rest on this Arjun now. And the way that they're comboing their abilities, landing these skill shots was huge. The way Allegiance's team fights is just impressive how they combo their abilities.
And it wasn't the fact only that they didn't have to travel as a team. They didn't have to travel as an entire 5-man unit. You saw very advanced tactics from both of them, having the splits, having the small skirmishes because they knew the limitations. They knew how well they had. But as quick as we had game number 1, game number 2 is going to get started quite shortly. The ban phase is underway. Non-Toxic Esports taking up the blue side, Allegiance taking up the red now. you have first pick potential. Superman banned away. That's not going to be on the cards. What does Non-Toxic need to go for to change things up?
Yeah, I think, again, they need to target ban some of these key supports and take it away from Rest. He's just playing these key supports so well. And I feel like, you know, the Argent is really strong early game. He does true damage in his second ability, in his shoot ability, and he has a Rend, which is a slow and a stun if you land it. So these are things they have to now take into consideration because, honestly, so many of the carries, you know, Allegiance can play, and I think the key to that team is how their support plays and getting a better support than what Allegiance has.
This is the terrifying factor, however. Arduin and Rocker are not regarded as the highest level of pick ban. These are specific niche picks. These are specific pocket picks that Allegiance has at their disposal. And so when you get yourself in a situation where you can take away the S tiers, take away most of the A tiers, and still perform to a level that Allegiance is at, certainly creates a daunting task for a team like MTG.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as you get a better support and then pick a stronger side lane, you have to win the side lane matchups. They did have Wonder Woman and Ryoma though, and it was a pretty good draft. However, they got out-rotated. Wonder Woman constantly, the Morin ban, the respect Morin ban onto Rocker.
That was the highest level of respect that you can get. Morin now being banned away for Rocker. I believe it's either the 4th or 5th game over the course of the last 3 weeks. No one has drawn target bans more than Morin. The only other individual in the entirety of the Valor series that has drawn replicated bans has been Arena of Violet, but you kind of have that as a skewed statistic considering the strength that Violet has on the table. So definitely a lot of respect to Rocker. Liliana being banned away, Teamy as well as Max for the side of Allegiance. Final ban in the process, and that's going to be another respect ban for the Tulin, but still leaves the doors wide open for both of these teams.
Yeah, L'Oreal looks like a great pick for Allegiance. So I wonder if Non-Toxic Esport will take L'Oreal here, because Sleepy on L'Oreal, he's probably one of the best L'Oreals in North America right now. The way he was playing, how aggressive he was, it's a really tough matchup.
Do you pick L'Oreal, or do you go for the Zenial? The Zenial, obviously...
Yeah, now Zenial can be taken by the side of Allegiance, and now they can play like a dive composition. However, you can probably take Alice or a good support that can counter a dive composition.
The Joker comes out here for Allegiance. Interesting choice by them. We still don't know if that's going to be...
Alice is great with L'Oreal because her Hissy Fit ultimate decreases magic defense of your opponent. So if they're inside that and they're inside the L'Oreal smite, GG, her damage does significantly more damage underneath the Hissy Fit ultimate.
I like the decision as well for Allegiance to go with the first round Joker explicitly because, the last minute swap. Sorry, Joker. Sirius is going to have to be on the cards because it's going to be a Ryoma and a Wonder Woman. So Non-Toxic already picking themselves up some solid. Are they going to lock it in? Oh my God, Allegiance was listening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Maganga in the Valor series.
Yeah, there you go. Maganga, the magic poison mid-mage. He does a lot of damage over time.
I'm excited.
So he's good against like a Wonder Woman, actually. He's good against tanky heroes because of his damage over time. The longer you sustain against this guy, the better he's going to be able to fight you.
I'm excited.
I don't think the Grak is going to be picked here, but definitely Alice will be taken up here by the side of Non-Toxic.
So now the question becomes, do you put yourself in a situation where you stick Joker to a side lane and you are a jungle? Or actually, nope, stand corrected. Well, looks like we're...
Kilgroth.
Is that going to be, so you put Airy on the roam? You're
going to play Zenio roam, most likely.
Obviously,
or Joker
Zenio.
roam. They may play Joker roam, actually. It could work, Joker support. It could work, but look at Rocker go, picks the Wisp, and wisps us away with that draft.
So Wisp gets secured. That's going to be the... I'm assuming they're going to throw that Wisp in the jungle. I don't think they'll stick Wisp over to a side lane.
Sure.
That could place either the Zenio or the Joker. We didn't get to see actually which player locked in who. You obviously get a few seconds to swap things around, so they could potentially switch it up. I probably, the Zenio probably on the roam, stick the Joker on the side lane?
Yeah, Zenio will probably be support, Joker will probably be side lane, but you can switch both of them. I mean, Zenio scales really well along with Joker. It's just Joker's a little weaker in the side lane early. Zenio is just strong and just scales up really well.
Look, even the Twitterverse is agreeing. It's all about the Maganga. If I knew a Maganga was going to get to pull out, I'd have brought my Jester hat. I actually have a Jester hat that I got explicitly to pull out on the day that he did get picked, but I assumed, considering his state in the meta, that didn't happen. But Allegiance, you proved me wrong. I will pledge allegiance to Allegiance. Maybe follow you on Twitter or something like that if you guys get this victory, because that is definitely... All right, let's talk about this matchup, though. with Maganga in the mid lane going up against somebody like a L'Oreal.
Yeah, Maganga is a tough matchup into L'Oreal. L'Oreal can easily outpoke him. She lands the wheel, slows him, jumps in, blinks, hits those few shots, activates her passive. Maganga is going to face a hard time in lane, but this is Sleepy we're talking about. Sleepy's a L'Oreal master, so if anything, he's going to know how to counter the L'Oreal in lane.
Despite the fact that he is a L'Oreal main, it means he knows the ins and outs and can counter that appropriately. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the quarterfinal number 1, match number 2. Hashtag Maganga is available. Allegiance versus Non-Toxic. And already getting himself a piece of damage. Rocker's going to get himself caught out, though. First blow will go over into the hands of Oni. And it's going to be Rest being forced to get out. Going to try to get himself a last little piece of damage. Diplomat is going to sign the Treaty of Death for Rest as he's going to get sent back.
Oh my god, that was such a funny play by Allegiance. It could have worked too, but the L'Oreal activated her Endure and basically wasted their time, and they could not burst her down. And then the other teammates of NTG, there was a 4 versus 3. They took advantage of that uneven matchup and then got 2 kills in early game, which is huge. And look at this gank here by the side of Allegiance. Almost, but not quite.
Not quite indeed. Not every day you get to see a Joker and a Jester in the same match, as both the Joker and Maganga are here. Sleepy obviously trying to prove himself correctly and help him. Look at that, man. It's beautiful. It's my day's made now.
You and Maganga.
My day's made, my friend. It's all that matters.
Why do you like Maganga so much?
Don't let your memes be dreams, Sweejay. Let your dreams be dreams, and let your memes sit on your Twitter.
Yeah, so with Maganga, the reason why he's not played in competitive, he has to stack, and that's kind of his weakness. And look at the damage there. Oh my goodness, Yam just gets deleted by frontlining against them. But Maganga has a slow. He has that the first ability, Toxic, which is like a poisonous cloud that damages for 4 seconds. But he has to stack his passive, which is Voodoo. 5 stacks of that poison damage. The more he stacks, the more damage he does. So that's something you definitely want to watch out for. You can see the 1 on top Sleepy there. That tells you how many stacks he has. So you got to be careful when he starts stacking really high.
Hilariously enough, the extended teamfight style, actually, you might have to pause it. This is Rest going to get himself caught up again. However, just as I say that, Sleepy's going to come to the rescue, forcing Cappy to walk away.
Why did Cappy walk away? He could have got the kill on the Joker. Just another auto attack. Could have killed the Joker right there.
Hey, man, the Jester. I'm telling you what, dude. Maganga's a scary face. It's the attack of the clowns, my friend.
Yeah, I think the Non-Toxic needs to play much more aggressive. They should not be afraid of the side of ALG. They're playing too scared. They're playing not to win. They're playing, passively, and I feel like this is not going to work against a team like Allegiance that is known for their dominant aggressive playstyle.
And that's the interesting aspect, taking the jokes out of the Maganga pick. The extended team fights, which Maganga sincerely excels at, is quite uncharacteristic, rather, to the Allegiance playstyle. They prefer the quick fights, they prefer the quick skirmishes, so it's going to have to be a little bit of a change of playstyle as well. Now, taking the Maganga out of it again, let's talk about Wisp. Let's talk about Rocker on this Wisp and how this Wisp jungle could potentially play out.
Yeah, Whis is really good with AoE damage. Whis is just a hero that you see do a lot of damage with the ultimate shock and awe and the auto attacks. When she turns on her first ability, she gets a 10% attack speed, and it also does AoE crit. And she also has like this type of slow from the barrel roll, where if the barrel hits at the edge or hits into an obstacle like the wall in jungle, it will stun the target. However, it does move really slow, so you have to coordinate with your team on landing these. And look at Rest play this Joker. Wow, this support Joker is just doing work and doing so much damage.
As now we're going to find ourselves a nice little piece of the fight. Wonder Woman's going to try to get herself out, but it's not going to matter as 2 members are going to fall for the side of Non-Toxic. That's going to be an extra kill going into the hands of Rocker, allowing him to complete that jungle item. Onslaught's going to happen as well. We haven't really talked too much about this Aerie pick, but she's 4-0-0 at 4:15 in the game.
Yeah. Rocker is getting fed, and that's something they need to watch out for. If you look at his farm, he's 2.6, and then Ahri is just kind of by himself. When Ahri gets fed like this, they have to watch out. 3K on Ahri already. She already has 2 tier 3 items. KO is going to carry really, really hard in this Ahri, and they gotta be careful. And look at this ultimate. The Ryu ultimate comes out, gets a Son of Wonderman, and she's able to delete ultimate and just jump right out.
The mobility that Ari provides, as well as the damage that she creates, is unbelievable as Oni goes down as well. MTS playing that Zenio, now active in North America. Mind you, if you want to get yourself some freelo, head over to the store and pick yourself up Zenio the Immaculate, because he
Rest is actually not building a support Joker. He's actually building damage Joker. So they're going full damage here, with Zenio building a little more tanky, but opting for kind of a mix of a damage build. So this is a very interesting composition from the side of AOG. Hyper aggressive. However, the weakness of this composition is if they get engaged upon really hard, it's going to be really tough for them, because there's no real tank. Besides the Zenio, there's no real tank on the side of Legions.
So now you're going to have a little bit of a gank onto the bot side. KO, though, the amount of power that she brings. MTS joins the fray as well. Use that ultimate to get down onto the fray, but now we're going to have ourselves a little scuffle in the bot lane. MTS is going to rip Yams. Canned Yams are no more, as he's on the menu fry. Diplomat goes down to rest as well. And just like that, 3 members of Non-Toxic drop 11-3 at 6 minutes. Legion's in the lead.
That was such a perfect bait by the side of KO. He was hiding in a bush. He comes out, uses his Ryu ultimate, and when Ari uses that ultimate, it stuns in an AoE area, and she gets a shield, and she gets a movement speed, and he's able to lock down to kill the Alice. Zenio then explodes his shield, doing so much AoE damage. I mean, the damage output from the side of Legions was just too much to handle in that fight for Non-Toxic to survive.
So now we're seeing Rocker apply a little bit of damage, regardless of what you think about Wisp, Sweet J. When you have any hero explicitly an AD carry like Wisp ahead, good things are bound to happen for your team.
Yeah, and the thing about Ari when she gets ahead is it's so hard to fight against her because she has spin. Her first ability, she throws a shuriken out, or her blades, and it stuns the opponent. Then she has Ryu, her ultimate also stuns, but look at the aggression and the damage coming from the side of Allegiance. Rocker and Sleepy are just, it's like one person playing both heroes. Their aggression is matched perfectly, and as a result, they're able to make these super aggressive plays and get these kills on their towers, then continue to snowball the game.
Snowball is a thing of the past. This is an absolute domino show, because every direction that Allegiance has been with an absolute purpose. Rocker gonna find himself a little bit of low, but here comes Rest and the rest of the party. Double kill actually coming out of Rocker.
Goodness.
And what seemed like a dominating game number 1 gets flipped right out on its head. Dominating number 2, and that is an absolute massacre as Non-Toxic goes down. The quad kill for the cherry on top. Allegiance with the victory.